Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. If you are a returning subscriber, hello. Okay, so the video today is I'm going to be giving tips for new real estate agents. Number one, be organized. From the minute you apply to your course and you're studying to when you're finally finding a brokerage to when you're out actually working the field, you have to be organized. You have to figure out what your day is going to look like. Scheduling is so important because not only are you scheduling what you have to do, whether it's prospecting, lead generation, content creation, meetings, phone calls, you also are scheduling meeting clients. So if you are meeting 3 different clients, let's say on a Monday, one maybe in the morning, one maybe in the afternoon, and one client maybe in the evening, how are you going to arrange all of that? What if each client wants to see 3 different places each? You're going to have to time manage yourself accordingly. So when it comes to booking appointments, the time that it takes to travel within each showing, and then also the time to meet the next client if it's back to back. I've had very long days sometimes that, you know, you can't predict things such as traffic, such as if you want to stop for a coffee, such as if a client is running late, such as if there's lockbox issues. Like, there's so many things that could go wrong. So time management is key. One of the hardest things about being a realtor is not the work, but it's constantly making sure that you have clients and business and money coming in for the future, because you could have the best year of your life one year, but if you don't put in the work in the background, the following year could be dead. Not everyone can plan for that. Financially, that can be stressful. If you're saving for a mortgage, if you have kids, just moved into a new expensive place, like, money management is also a big thing that you need to be prepared to do. So a small tip as a realtor, ABC, always be closing. So obviously easier said than done, but you just always need to be closing and generating leads, whether it's talking to people, working your sphere of influence, whether that's people that you went to school with, people that you worked with, people that you know, if you are part of any community, if you're part of any sports, if you go to a yoga class, if you're in the gym, if you're a painter, if you're a photographer. Like, everyone has their own niche market of people and community that they can really blossom in. So you need to kind of get familiar with speaking to people, putting yourself out there, just kind of telling them who you are, what you're about, and what services you do provide. Most successful realtors get most of their business through either word of mouth, referrals, or repeat past clients, and you know that keeps them busy. But then another way is really emphasizing technology. So social media is such a strong, powerful, amazing, free tool most of the time. There's so many different platforms you can use. You can use Facebook, LinkedIn, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. I actually have a friend that gets 90% of her business on TikTok and makes a killing. Like, 10 years ago, that's totally unheard of. So just find out what you enjoy and what you're good at, and just really go wholeheartedly at it. Another tip, find a mentor or 2, or people that can support you. So if you're in a brokerage, try to go into the office, make friends with the other agents there, get comfortable asking questions. If you don't know something, ask a question. Never guess, never wing it, always ask questions. The more you ask, the more you know. Whether you're on the team, you can ask your team leader, your teammates. If you're in a brokerage, you can ask, you know, your colleagues. If you have a mentor, that will be your direct person that you go to. No question is a stupid question. Ask to build that confidence. Creating a business plan is also ideal. It sounds very complicated at first, but really it's not that hard. You just need to write down goals. If you give yourself small goals, 3-month goal, 6-month goal, 12-month goal, and that can be something like, in your first 3 months you want to get, you know, headshots taken, you want to close at least 2 leases, you want to, you know, maybe shadow someone on your team or someone in your brokerage to see how they do paperwork. That can be your 3-month goal. Your 6-month goal can be, I don't know, maybe you want to close 5 deals, maybe you want to make a certain amount of money, maybe you want to, you know, be an expert in a particular area. And then your 12 month, if you're a really hard worker, you could be like, I want to make X amount of money. I want to have closed this many deals. I want to have dabbled in this sector, such as pre-construction, commercial, residential, whatever your goals are. I want to buy a car, I want to pay off my loans, etc. Those can be goals for yourself, and then your business plan to accompany that can be, I'm going to prospect for an hour a day. I'm going to reach out to my sphere. I'm going to network more. I'm going to, you know, really tap into technology. Those can be things in your business plan. Also, discover your brand. Like, if you really love lofts and you have a little bit of an edgy feel, then you can focus on that. If you really like, you know, bright, modern, glamorous, the luxurious side of things, you can also go for that. Or if you like the more rustic, like whatever you are interested in, discover your brand. Your social media aesthetic can follow that, and you will attract people that also appreciate that. And I think another thing is just educate yourself. Constantly be learning, researching, watching videos, speaking to people, shadowing people. It's one of those industries that you will never know everything. Things change all the time. The market changes, clients' expectations changes, rules of the world changes. Like, no one could predict COVID, and you have to be a chameleon. You have to be able to adjust and adapt to each environment. So I think that's a very important thing to note as well. But in my opinion, when I first started out and I was even reading tips like this, it sounds very overwhelming. And if you haven't started yet, trust me, it sounds a lot scarier than it actually is. Give yourself time. Yeah, when I first started out, it was so overwhelming. The first couple of weeks, I felt like I was flooded with information and things I needed to know. It was very stressful, and to be honest, I didn't even have a car for the first few months. I was renting cars, which was so expensive. I was getting parking tickets all the time. Like, there's really no way to prepare for your first year. You just need to try to remain positive, be willing to make mistakes, and I think in the first year you cannot be money motivated, because there's just so much other things that come before money, such as being confident in what you're doing, understanding paperwork, understanding clients' needs and expectations, really knowing the basics of what it takes to be a good realtor. Everything else will follow you, I promise you. The more you put in, the more you get back. But it's very overwhelming at the start. Trust me, there was weeks that I felt like my anxiety was up here. I didn't see the light at the end of the tunnel. It was I just didn't think it was enjoyable. But with every deal that you do, it's a new kind of lease of life. I promise you, it's a new lease of life. You're going to get so comfortable in what you do. Practice makes perfect. And it's a very exciting, lucrative, unpredictable career, but there's really not many careers like it. I think that's what draws me to it. No day is the same, no month is the same, every client is different. I love the spontaneous element of it. But as a new agent, I think look after yourself, look after your mental health. You know, if you need a balance, have a balance. If you want Sundays off to have dinner with your family, if you want, you know, if you don't want to start work until 10 AM because you like to work out at 9 AM every morning, that sets off your day, that's okay. Do what's right for you. Don't feel pressured by everyone around you and by what you see on social media, and, you know, don't compare. Comparison is the thief of joy. You cannot compare yourself to someone else, because other people have different networks. Someone's dad could buy a $5 million house with them, which is complete luck, and, you know, not everyone has that. And someone else, it could take them, you know, 2 years to even get their first big sale. There's no right or wrong way to do it. It's, you know, it's the luck of the draw, and it is could be a bit of a tough industry, but stay positive, remember why you started, and look forward, not back. And yeah, we're all in this together.